Hey, what's going on, Battlefielders? My name is Exiled, and today we'll be discussing the top 10 tips, tricks, and tactics for infantry-centric gameplay in order for you to dominate the battlefield. As you know, my channel consists of mainly infantry gameplay, and I love nothing more than to help out other Battlefielders in our community. So kicking things off at number 10, we have minimap and situational awareness. Both of these topics are relatively one and the same with a few different aspects, but they do correlate well with one another. Situational awareness, also known as SA, will allow you to roam the battlefield with a guided sense of purpose. Knowing how to use it, how to practice it, and analyze the situations that you are in can only help you and your team win. Now, SA means how you interpret and analyze the data you see in front of you and how you use it to your advantage. A player who has a better sense of SA tends to be more of a better battlefielder because they can interpret what they see in front of them and already know what actions that they want to take when they reach a certain point on the map or an objective. The minimap is a priceless tool that can and will tell you exactly where the enemy and friendly forces are and where you need to move in order to repel an enemy flank or for you to get behind enemy lines and complete that objective. Think of the minimap as your best friend. It's the most crucial weapon that you have in your arsenal. Every chance that you have, take a glance down at your minimap prior to moving out of cover or before you plan your next move. This will allow you to move with a sense of purpose and will let you take ground instead of losing it. Don't forget that you can also open up your minimap to a full screen view in order to understand the full situation that you and your team are in. Now, when playing in tight environments, I like to have my minimap HUD zoomed in so I can easily pinpoint enemy positions. And when I'm in more of an open environment, I zoom it out to allow me to see what is ahead of me on my path to travel. Coming at number 9, we have playing from cover and body positioning. Now, when you get into any sort of engagement, it's common sense to find a sturdy piece of cover that will deny the enemy a good sight picture and block incoming rounds from doing damage. Now, Battlefield 4 has a cover system that isn't the greatest, and I'd rather much peek around corners myself manually, but this system can be effective at the right time and place. The main tip here is to expose the least of your body when engaging enemy targets. Do not allow your opposition to have a clear line of sight on your body, stay tight and close to corners and walls, and by doing so you will see your KD improve when in close quarter battle. Now, head glitching is not a myth and it's still present in Battlefield 4. So standing right behind boxes or short walls will allow you to see your enemy, but your enemy won't be able to see anything but a muzzle flash. Now, this may seem a bit tacky, but that's just the way the Frostbite engine is designed, so I would say use it to your advantage. Now, body positioning also plays a key role when being shot at from certain angles. Put yourself behind cover from where you think the rounds are coming from and do not overpeak that side. If you're getting shot at from the right of a rock but aren't exactly sure where that's coming from, stick behind cover and peek the opposite corner slowly and to engage enemies advancing on your position. Play it slow, play it smart, and you will come out alive. Coming at number 8, we have dialing in your sensitivity. So what exactly can you do other than just setting a number for your joystick or mouse? Well, it's called trial and error, my friends. For any platform, if you notice a certain aspect of your aim is off a bit, either aiming down sight at close or far ranges, your hip fire abilities, or you just can't seem to get that kill when you turn a corner you bump into an enemy player. If you seem to be shooting behind your target when dragging your mouse or joystick, turn your sensitivity up a bit or vice versa. The key note here is if you feel a bit off, don't just try to work through it. Sure, changing your sensitivity up for one aspect may throw your aim off for your other aspects, but you can always get used to it over a round or two in game. You'll never get better if you don't hone in your sensitivity. Now, the test fire range is a great tool, but don't use that as your final decision. Go in a server and try it out there. Coming at number 7, we have knowing when to reload. Now, this depends not only on the situation that you're in, but also what weapon system that you may be utilizing. Obviously, each weapon has different reload times for tactical and empty reloads, so always pay attention to your round count when engaging threats. Now, when deflecting a massive wave of enemies, you need to know when you have ample time to reload or switch to your secondary, because if you utilize both of these weapons, then you're completely empty. If you're using a weapon that has a long reload time, like the LA5A2, the FAMAS, or even any LMG, use these weapons to the best of their abilities, but give yourself time and space for reloads before pushing up or coming out of cover. At number 6, we see target priority. When facing multiple enemies, knowing which enemy to engage first with high priority is crucial to staying alive. If you engage a proper target first, it will allow you to get a multiple kills or possibly a nice kill streak. Engaging the wrong target first will result in a quick death. Furthermore, don't hesitate to break off engagement with one target if another player becomes the highest priority. Meaning, if you start to engage a target who turns around or does not know that you're there, but the other enemy player is looking right at you, disengage and follow up with the highest priority first. Do not get tunnel vision here, guys. Now, number 5 closely resembles target priority, and that's quick transitions from enemy to enemy while in close quarter battle. Now, when faced with more than one enemy player, do not focus on one player for too long. Even if you don't get the kill on the first player after transitioning to the next, you will still have him suppressed, damaged enough that a friendly can take him out, or he bails out and seeks cover. You can always transition back to that player once the next threat is down. Put a burst or two into a player, then immediately follow up with another burst or two on the next player. This tip has worked wonders for me throughout my FPS gaming experiences, and it's one of the most useful ones that I use. Aiming for the head comes at number 4, and once again, it's a direct correlation with target priority and quick transitions. Like I said prior, when faced with more than one target, don't focus on one enemy for too long. 1 or 2 bursts is enough, but you have to aim for the head. Common sense tells us that headshots do the most damage, so aim for the head and you will down your first of many targets in front of you with one single burst, which gives the other enemy player less time to obtain a good sight picture on you, which leads them to not even getting a shot off on you. At number 3, we have burst firing. In Battlefield, the only time you should ever use fully automatic fire, other than using LMGs, is when hip firing at extremely close ranges. Anything else will result in unwanted bullet spread and bullet deviation, which means you're dead and the enemy marches on. Use burst firing, 4 to 6 rounds per burst, or micro bursting, which is 2 to 3 rounds per burst, and you will have a tighter spread and improved accuracy. If you use these methods, using an angle grip is almost a must to counter that first shot multiplier, but you will see weapons like the AEK have virtually no kick to them with laser beam accuracy. At number 2, we have recoil control methods, which is also directly correlated with burst firing. Burst firing is one of few recoil control methods. The others are fighting vertical climb and side-to-side drift, as well as proper attachments. Now, most weapons in Battlefield 4 have more recoil up factors than any, so pulling down on your mouse or joystick is obviously a must. To hone in these skills for your favorite weapons, go into the test range, an empty server, or do some trial and error on a live server. Now, mastering your favorite weapon's recoil will make you one of the best on the battlefield, and you can just watch the accusations add up. Proper attachments and knowing what each one does to better aid in controlling recoil, such as grips, muzzle brakes, heavy barrel, or the compensator, are key. Weapons with heavy recoil up factors would need the muzzle brake, weapons with a heavy side-to-side drift require the compensator, and weapons that have minimal recoil can use the heavy barrel for longer range engagements with minimal recoil. And at number 1, knowing your weapon system and playing its role. Now, if you're using CQB weapons like the AEK, the ACWR, any SMG, or even certain LMGs for that matter, then you can easily do the maximum damage by playing in close quarters. If you're using weapons like the CZ805 or the AR160 or other weapons with slower rate of fires, then you want to avoid CQB engagements to the best of your ability and utilize that weapon's best attributes properly. Well guys, that's going to wrap this video up. I hope this helps anyone out there that's watching. Now, I'm strictly an infantryman, and I see a lot of players making key fundamental errors all the time on the battlefield that if they did 1 or 2 things differently, then the tide of the battle would be in our favor. Once again, thanks for watching, and if it's Battlefield related, X gonna give it to you. Peace out, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like button to support it, and don't forget to subscribe by clicking at the bottom of your screen for more Battlefield content. If you haven't done so yet, check out some of my other recent videos.